delighted to say that Ireland diver Clare Cryan is today's instructor for Off the Couch. Off the Couch is our lunchtime series of fitness videos. If you want to get up and moving inside the four walls of your house, make sure to tune in this lunchtime. Delighted to say as well that Clare joins us live now on OTB AM. Clare, you're very welcome to the show. How are you getting on?
Hi, good morning, Aaron. Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
Good stuff. How have the last few weeks been for you in terms of the challenges you faced with social distancing and staying indoors for the most part?
Yeah, it's been difficult adjusting to working out at home, but I think I've got into a routine now, so all good.
Yeah, your social media account has definitely, I think you've been posting videos of your workout routines over the last couple of weeks. Like, there is no substitute as a diver for the actual process of diving. So how much of a challenge has that been for you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely missing the water, but there's nothing we can do about that. So other little bits, weaknesses I can work on, enjoying different sort of training. So you just got to make the most of what you can.
What is the different sort of training?
The difference, there's a lot for where the season should be. There's a lot more fitness going on at the moment. So that would normally happen at the start of the season. So we've almost gone back to pre-season again.
Because right now you should be limbering up for final qualifications for Tokyo, and obviously that is out the window until next year. It's interesting actually that you say that, because that is what Johnny Sexton was saying yesterday on the show, that he kind of feels like he's in a pre-season as a rugby player at the moment. Clearly the same way as a diver, where you were supposed to be peaking right now, and then all of a sudden, I don't know where you 75%, 80% towards your peak, and all of a sudden you've got to shelve that because next year isn't too far away in the lifespan of an athlete.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely a weird adjustment, but also everyone's in the same position. Every athlete is doing the same thing. So you've just got to get on with it, knuckle down.
Absolutely. In a weird way, is it important to not think about how much you're missing the water, or not think about diving at this point? Because as you say, all of your competitors and all of your future competitors, hopefully, are in the same position. They don't have access to their diving board. They don't have access to the water. And actually thinking about what you're missing is something that might just drive you mad at the moment.
Yeah, I guess it's not thinking about what you're missing, but what you can control. So a lot of the movements that we do in diving, we can do in drills. So just on the floor practicing your entry grab and visualizing a lot. So it's important to keep the skills and the movement patterns going, but without the water and the diving boards.
How much instruction then comes in from your coaches? Is it a situation where they're instructing you what to do, or is it kind of a bit more hands-off where you're able to come up with your own routine and how you want to spend your days?
Yeah, I think at first through this shutdown, then while our coach was finding his feet and the structure and everything, I did a lot of stuff myself, but now we're into the third week, I think, for us. We've got a pretty good structure. He's sending us through workouts twice a day, and we're making sure we're covering all aspects of the training.
Right, okay. Is there any part of the training that you're finding particularly challenging, or is it basically based on things that you'd be used to doing in Dublin anyway when you're fully up and running and training?
Yeah, it's mainly stuff that we would be doing, but maybe slightly more conditioning, because we've not got to worry about being able to dive afterwards. So we can almost go a little bit harder with some of the conditioning and a lot more running. I'm not used to running, but we can go out once a day. So I'm trying to make the most of that.
All right. Okay. Where were you when you found out the news that the Olympics was going to be cancelled, and what were your emotions at the time? I presume it was a gradual build-up of things, because by the time the cancellation or the postponement news came through, it was an inevitability at that point. Because like we had Ollie Dingley in studio a few weeks ago before things got to the level that they were at now, and he was obviously in that limbo, which I'm sure you were existing in as well, about will this next qualifying tournament in June, I think it was, will go ahead or won't it, and what exactly will happen. I presume there was almost a bit of a relief that was taken out of your hands, and that there was some sort of official statement that there will be no further competition.
Yeah, it was difficult because they seemed to make the call quite late. So I think we all knew it was building up to it, but we were at a competition in February and the Chinese team didn't attend because of Corona. So that was almost the start of thinking, what's going to happen this year? It's crazy. So I think I knew it was coming. It was just when you had to keep presuming that the competitions were going ahead until they said something. So yeah, it was training as best you can and focusing on a lot more drills and visualization because we still had competitions to do, but luckily they've been called off, so that part of training can take a little bit of a step back.
You've got a degree in sports science, Claire, if I'm not mistaken. Like, are you seeing a lot of what you've been learning over the last couple of years all of a sudden crystallize into practical things you need to be implementing on yourself over the last couple of weeks?
I guess a little bit, but I think I've been diving long enough that I just know that sort of training. But I suppose a little bit more thought on other systems that we maybe don't use in diving. So a bit more CV. We don't do much of that. So I guess there's little bits of elements that have helped to have that knowledge beforehand.
Right, let's talk about Off the Couch. This lunchtime, you're going to be releasing a video for Off the Ball. What are we expecting? What can the viewers and listeners expect to be put through? Are they going to be put through their paces in a tough manner this Friday afternoon, Claire?
Yeah, I think it is a pretty tough workout, but it's only quick. It's about 20 minutes. And all you need is a skipping rope, which I'm sure most people have one lying around somewhere. So a skipping rope and maybe a towel to rest on. Yeah, it's tough. I was definitely out of breath doing it, but I think it'll be good fun.
Right, so we just have a bit of the clip on screen at the moment. Are they double jumps, as in you're jumping over the rope twice?
Yeah, I'm not
and then you're
so
going
good
to a
at
plank?
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty tough.
Yeah, you only do the double skips or high knee running for 20 seconds. So it's a short burst, so not too bad.
Right, okay. And then into a plank position, it looks like.
Yeah. A plank for a minute and then a minute complete rest.
Okay, and then repeat?
And then
or
go again.
Then you go again. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
going to be a good workout. Anybody with a skipping rope at home. That's fantastic, Claire. Listen, it's been great chatting to you. We'll make sure to catch your video later on. It's going to be across all Off the Ball social channels. And great chatting to you, as I say, Claire. Look after yourself over the next couple of weeks. We look forward to seeing you back diving board soon.
Thanks, yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Clare Cryan there on the line, an Ireland diver, of course. The Olympics called off and subsequently all the qualifications called off as well this summer. That is very much us at 9:08 this morning, but we still, of course, have the crappy quiz yet to come. If you've missed anything, you can catch the podcast back. It's fully time-stamped and you can scroll through wherever you want to get to. Just a heads up that Golf Weekly is coming up immediately after OTB AM this morning as Joe, Nathan, Fionn and Peter Lowry are joined for an hour by Paul McGinley. You can watch that live straight after OTB AM this morning at 9:30. As I say, not finished for the morning just yet on OTB AM because it's the big one. It's the Saipan Quiz 2002 is going to be the focus with Adrian, Tommy and Nathan for the crappy quiz right after this.
OTB AM.